You've got Breece Hall, you got Kenneth Walker. You're killing your league right now. But who is the next Kenneth Walker, the next Breece Hall? Who's the next running back to rise up? Yeah, that's right, you're looking at him. Travis Etienne. Travis Etienne is the next running back up to become a potential league winner, potential top 10 to 12 running back, maybe higher. We're breaking it all down and more, the Fantasy Football Show.
It begins now.
This is the Fantasy Football Show with your host, Smitty.
Take a lap.
Travis Etienne is so efficient, it's crazy. The Jaguars aren't giving him enough attempts. 10 carries last week, 10 carries the week before, 8 carries, 13, 9, 4. Targets 2, 5, 1, 3, 3, 4. The dude's not getting near enough work, and that's the concern, right? If there was any risk involved in talking about Etienne moving forward, it would be that the volume might not be there yet. The team might not feed him. He could go out there and get 8 carries in week number 7, get 3 targets for 1 catch, and everybody be like, never mind, Etienne season's off. Calling it off, hit the panic.
Alert.
Or he could go out and get 15 carries, get his usual, 8, 7, 11 yards per carry, and have himself a 120 total yard day, 5, 6 receptions and a touchdown. The truth is, we don't know when he's going to be fully unlocked. And maybe they screw it up all year long, but I don't think so. 10 carries for 71 yards, 10 carries for 86 yards. The dude is electric. And JaMychal Hasty stole Etienne's touchdown scamper, as well as J-Rob. In week 3, where he had that long touchdown run and everybody's like, oh my God, J-Rob's back, when he's like dragging his leg and barely moving fast at all. Both had wide open rushing lanes. If Etienne had got that carry in week number 6 that JaMychal Hasty took to the house, it was like a 50-yard scamper, Etienne would have had well over 120 yards rushing touchdown and would be the talk of the town. And everybody would be like, this is the Kenneth Walker. Instead of us being here together talking about Etienne becoming the next Breece Hall or Kenneth Walker coming out of week number 7. Maybe it takes him another 2, 3, 4 weeks. We don't know.
But what I do have are a very particular set of skills.
If you stop sending me these terrible fantasy football trade offers now, that will be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will tell the commissioner on you.
Now is the final time to buy low on Etienne. You'll never get him lower. Etienne is a very, very likely candidate for 100 total yards, a strong shot at a touchdown once he gets on his horse, and it'll be game over. You won't be able to buy him low ever again. Smitty, what do I give up to get him? That's the thing, is it's hard to acquire him in some context, but if you get crafty and creative, you can get anybody. And I'll go as far as to say that if you own Najee Harris and you can't get out of Najee for anything, nobody's biting, Etienne might be a good target for you. You may get more, but don't tell anybody. But I would probably take Etienne straight up if I had to. Thank goodness we don't have to in most cases. Most people see Travis Etienne as a lower ranked player than Najee Harris, but some people won't trade for Najee, period. And you got to ask yourself at that point, would I take Etienne straight up if I'm going into week 7? I'm worried about Najee falling off the face of the earth. One more bad week and Najee's not going to be able to be sold to anybody. You won't be able to give Najee away. So you got to ask yourself in that context, if the Etienne owner is like, no, I'm not giving you any more, would you take Etienne over Najee Harris? That might seem like a crazy question today. Just as if I asked you in week number 3, would you take Kenneth Walker over a plethora of players? You'd have been like, no, Kenneth Walker's not rising up. Penny's the guy. Kenneth Walker is not going to ever be fully leaned upon. If I would have came to you in week 1 or 2 and said, would you rather have Breece Hall than every running back in the NFL, but maybe like 4 guys, you would have said,
you're absolutely crazy, Smitty.
So right now, right this second, almost 5 o'clock Eastern on Wednesday, October 19, Etienne has less value than Najee Harris in fair market value context. Who cares? In PPR, he's more exciting. In PPR, he's going to score more points from this point going forward. Go forward, Etienne over Najee, but let me emphasize 1,000 times over. Get more because you can. If you can't, are you really unable to get more, or are you letting the other individual negotiate you down and you're giving up and you've got a weak negotiation game? I'm going to make it a point and a mission to help everybody that watches my channel become a master negotiator. We're taking psychology and fantasy football to a whole nother level in 2023. I'm gonna create so much content that on my main YouTube homepage, you will see a section that'll be psychology and fantasy football, and it'll be loads of videos of how to trade, how to negotiate, foot in the door phenomenon, recency bias, order of questioning, trade tactics, how to get out of a player you know is tanking, how to identify what kind of trading partner you're working with and what techniques will work with that player. I'm doing it all. No one's gonna do psychology and fantasy football or trade negotiation
or fantasy football
tactics and psychological techniques and tips. No one's gonna do it like us walking into 2023, so buckle up for that. In the time being, I'll try and give you what I can in the videos we do the day-to-day on how to go and get a player on the cheap, how to identify if the other owner's playing hardball, because my guess is that anybody saying, no, I'm not going to take Najee for your Etienne straight up. That's it. No, I'm not giving you more for Najee. I'm not giving you Etienne and somebody. Don't be so quick to think that they have all the control and they're walking away from the table.
Smitty, no one's trading in my league. They just don't do it, Smitty. You're wrong.
I call cap because guess what? Everybody's getting lazy. Nobody picks up the phone or grabs their phone and sends a text message. Bob, I want to make a trade today. Let's get something done.
What do you want to do?
Everybody sends a blind trade offer to their league mate. They never conversate with them. How are you going to deploy any trade negotiation techniques when you're only sending a blind offer to a fantasy owner where there's no even message box anymore on half the platforms or a way that anybody truly reads it? You're sending a blind offer. If you come to me,
Yep, Smitty, I do try hard.
you don't try hard. I know for a fact. Why? Because 80-90% of every owner known to man out there in today's fantasy football culture is going through a blind offer being sent to Bob. Bob hits reject. There's no conversations. Stop telling me you are deploying good trade tactics. You're not. Half the time you're not. Planting a seed. Foot in the door phenomenon. Order of questioning. Hey, what do you want for Eckler? I really want Etienne, but I'm asking about Eckler. No, I'm not trading Eckler.
Eckler's not for sale.
You've got them to commit once already that Etienne is not their best player. What about Josh Allen?
I'm not sending you Josh Allen. I guess he's my second best player now.
Okay. What about Stephon Diggs?
Diggs isn't for sale. I've got the Josh Allen Diggs stack.
Okay, who else do you have, Bob? And you pretend you don't know.
Well, I have Etienne. What do you mean, let me sell you on him.
Everyone needs to work on their trade technique. I'm gonna help you with it all off season long. Until then, get in my live streams. I'm live Monday through Friday, every single Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, and I'm live whenever news breaks. And I'm also live at midnight, pretty much every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, sometimes even Sunday. I'm live more than anyone you know, ×2. And in those lives, you can ask me all your questions and dilemmas you want, especially as they relate to our boy Etienne, who we're trying to acquire before week 7 kicks off. If he doesn't blow up in week 7, we'll have another week to go get him. Etienne, young man, you're going to the moon, baby.
To the moon.
Get on over to thefantasyfootballshow.com. Get your one-on-one text advice, your bold predictions, everything you need to dominate your league mates. The one-on-one text line, go to thefantasyfootballshow.com. Now get out of here.